said we need to improve, and Joel said pretty much the same after the game on Saturday as well. I just wonder, did you expect a turnaround in form to happen quicker, and if so, what reasons do you see for it not happening just yet for you?
Yeah, no, quicker, not sure. I think we had this, one of the conversations we had already this year was before and after Ajax game, or before after the Napoli, especially after the Napoli game, when we all realized, okay, wow, that's now really a low point. We have to change the things quickly. Didn't play Wolves, played Ajax, didn't play Chelsea. So we couldn't pick anything up and keep it from the Ajax game really. And then on top of that, you face Brighton, which in a very good moment, a very good team with a new manager, and you concede these 2 early goals, which is in no situation helpful, but in other situations maybe lesser harmful than it was for us that day. And it turned around, not with a brilliant performance, but with a proper fight, and adapting to the situation, denying Brighton in the areas they wanted to play, and all these kind of things. So, and you are 3-2 up, and then you could see it's not the first time, and that something like this happened, that we were not controlling the game. We had our moments, we had chances, we had top moments where we could have scored the 4th goal. Didn't do that, and so you leave the door open, and that's what happened. And so how it always is in life, when you have a problem, when you spot a problem, you think about it, you think you have the solution, and of course you expect then the solution to be instant, influential, and bam, sorted. That's in football never the case. It will never be the case. Even if we would have won the game 3-2, would have been a completely different feeling, obviously, but with similar problems. And that's why we just have to keep going. Yes, we have to improve. We have to play better, consistently better, and defend better, attack better. Pretty much everything. It's like it is. But I don't want to talk too much about it, but it's really like this. It's only 2 years ago we had a very similar situation for different reasons, where we lost our full defense, our centre halves, all of them pretty much, and had to find solutions, and we lost our game completely. Nobody could recognize anymore. We just wore the same shirts, but couldn't react as quick as people would wish. And but we found a way out because we worked on it, and that's what we will do this time. And so our general situation is obviously important, but not so much for tomorrow, because that's when you prepare for a game, you prepare for a game independent of your situation, the situation you're in. And Rangers, how I think, do extremely well in general, but in Champions League the results they had were now not exactly what they wanted. So we expect a team who is really fighting for a result, and that's what we have to prepare for.
After Saturday as well, just wonder again how confidence is affected, and if confidence is fragile, does that in turn kind of make Rangers a little bit more dangerous, particularly over 2 games?
It would be dangerous in any situation, but yes, but that's. So people will ask, how can it happen that these players are not full of confidence? Do you think Cristiano Ronaldo in this moment is on top of his confidence level? And I would say he was for ages best player in the world, and now he's not going its way, and it's not exactly the same. That happens to all of us. Lionel Messi played last year's season where, it was not exactly the same, because these kind of things are really important to all of us, and you have to work for it. You have to do and to go and to take the little things to make a step in the right direction, and then in the moment when that you are really ready for the moment when it's back, and that's what we are doing. It's not without confidence, but you have this being 2-0 down is not good for confidence, and being 3-2 up is usually really good. But you could see with the first attack they had, which we gave them pretty much after 3-2, it was like, oh, still open game. Okay. So, and that's how it happens, especially collectively. In individual sports, maybe don't know exactly, but maybe you can fight yourself through it. But in a team sport, we all have to do it together, and that makes it a bit more complicated. But that's it.
Mike. Jürgen, the Liverpool defence has come in for an awful lot of criticism recently, and with some justification, but it's the amount of times now that teams are getting through to the defence that we're not really that used to seeing, but it's happened in other games this season. What's the solution to that?
Yeah, you're right. So we concede now similar goals. Let me say like this, where they go through the same gaps and stuff like this. Yeah, the problem is the special problem. What we have is that we have a really brave way of defending usually, and when the timing in our defending is not perfect, then we leave a gap open. That was always the case, by the way. But because the pressure we made on the ball, on the boy on the ball. Nobody really recognized it because we closed it with intensity, if you want. So if we don't do that, then this gap is open for a short moment, and Brighton uses it quite often, pass the ball through our gap in between the lines where they could turn and these kind of things, and that makes it tricky. So yes, we have to be more compact. We have to we have that in our mind, we know that, but it's in the moment it's going well, you do it and then you do it again, and by the time it's still not right, that's it. So how we said last week, I think defending is kind of an art, and it worked for us really well, but when it's not working out anymore, you realize step by step how much you have to go back to the basics that you are defend solid again.
How much of a concern is it that after the Napoli game, that Liverpool were much more like it against Ajax, and the intensity was there, great football, a victory, but it was how much of a concern that it was a real step back at the weekend in the next game?
No, it's not too much concern. It's that specific thing is not. I'm not too much concerned about, because that's now the game we played explains the situation. I think against a lot of teams we would have been good enough to win the game. But Brighton was extremely good, so that's it. I don't say against all, but Brighton was now really good. With all the things we didn't know how to prepare for it, because we had no clue what Roberto will do, what he will keep, what he will bring in new. That's a little bit the thing. So obviously we need to be 2-0 down to sort that, because after that we didn't have these problems anymore, and not exactly the same problems. And no, I explained it now. We had 2.5 weeks after Ajax game we didn't play. So the boys were all over the world. That's why we couldn't pick up from there. So that's it. Now we have to take the good things out of the last game and try to to do that. Actually, there were good things. The period when we were 3-2 up was not free flowing football, but it was the football we had to play on that day, because we had to break them down step by step, and it's what we did. And then we conceded the equalizer, and so that's the last feeling you keep. It felt like a defeat. It wasn't, but it felt again like this, and that's where we have to just to make it's. Patience is not the 100% right word, but we have to be patient to do the right thing again and again and again until it works out again, and then we will be fine on a different level. Not fine, but it will not, we have to work always hard. But that's what we have to do. We cannot always start new, thinking completely new. What can we do? But if we can help the boys with a way to defend it differently, we will do that. We have to be more. We have to be more solid. We have to make more compact. Definitely, and that's what we try to be.
The gentleman just behind with the mask.
Hi, what's your assessment of this Rangers team, and what sort of threat do you think they might pose you tomorrow night?
Good football team, well coached, exceptional European season last year, obviously. Qualifying for the Champions League, big achievement, and yeah, saw obviously the last game against Hearts. So more games, but now especially the last one, and really good football team, and that's what we have to prepare for. And the team who have had results now they didn't want, so that's what they wanna change definitely. So we expect a proper fight, a real fight, to be honest, and that's what we prepare for.